Have you guys ever looked into hiring a freelancer on Upwork or Fiverr to create a brand logo or packaging design, but then get bombarded with highly unskilled or irrelevant portfolios? In this video, we're going to discuss how to hire a professional graphic designer that's most qualified for your brand on Upwork. And I'm going to give you tips on how to eliminate unqualified ones very quickly. We're going to cover knowing what you need to provide your manufacturer for your design and logo. I assume you're not a graphic designer, so that's why you're hiring one, and you might not know what you need. 2, how to write job postings, plus a secret hack to eliminate unqualified people very fast. And 3, how to review applicants accurately. Hi, my name is Zane, and I'm from LandingCube. We help sellers easily and quickly create landing pages for off Amazon advertising. If you like this kind of content, make sure you like and subscribe. So let's get started. All right, starting with knowing what you need. Right off the bat, I can tell you that you can simply ask your manufacturer to give you a template of the box design that your graphic designer can use to ensure that the product design is made on packaging that the manufacturer can print. So make sure you ask them. Otherwise, we will use ChatGPT, and it's very simple. The components of the prompt that I'm going to show you are in 3 steps. Actually 4. Identify what you're looking for, what to exclude, the use case, then ask the question. So here's what it looks like in practice. So I am looking to post a job on Upwork to hire a freelancer to design my product packaging and logo design. So that's identifying what you're looking for. I don't particularly care what software and tools they use to do this. Any work as long as the quality is good. So that's what's to exclude. And the reason we're excluding this is we don't really care what software that they use as long as the file formats and the quality is all well and good. What software they want to use is their problem, not ours. Next is the use case. What my use case with the deliverables are is for packaging my product, which is a watch case. I will need to send the design to my manufacturer, and that is located in China so that they can acquire the correct packaging. And that's the use case. What kind of deliverables should I expect? And then boom, here we have it. It tells you the deliverables for your logo design. It tells you the deliverables for packaging design, file specification for your manufacturer, optional extras because ChatGPT is a high achiever, plus revisions, communications, and some extra stuff that's not really that important, but it's there. So logo design, you will need source files. So these are the editable vector files. These are basically the actual software file formats that your graphic designer uses to actually change the different features of your design, of your logo design, your packaging design. Make sure you get these from your graphic designer, because if you ever want to change your designer, you can give these source files to your next designer. You know, they don't have to start from scratch. Saves a lot of time and money. You will need high resolution formats, of course, PNG, JPEG, and PDF. So for all the various different uses, such as your website, product insert, instruction manuals, and so on and so forth. Transparent background versions, of course, so you can put it on other different types of services and products. Color variations if you need them. So I do suggest doing a full color one with your brand colors, or a black and white and monochrome version for different file formats or locations that you want to put your branding. And then brand guidelines. It says optional, but actually this is something very useful to have, which is a document detailing your logo usages, your colors, your typography, and size guidelines. The colors will include typically your hex codes or your RGB codes as well. Exact same thing with packaging design. The source files, which is the vector files, the print ready files, which is the files that your manufacturer needs to actually print your packaging. Just ask your manufacturer what you actually need. ChatGPT says CMYK color format. I don't actually know what that means, but I assume that is what the manufacturer uses to actually print your packaging. 3D mockups. Optional, but I highly recommended. 3D mockups are like what your product packaging would look like once printed. Again, optional, probably costs a little bit more, but I highly recommend it so you have an idea of what you're getting made. And die line template integration, once again, fancy words, basically something your manufacturer uses to actually print the product packaging. Next is the file specifications for manufacturer. Same thing for as the above. Basically, you want to know what formats that they need to print your packaging. Optional extras, packaging variations if you have it. I'm not doing variations because the budget isn't that big, but if your budget is big, you can definitely do variations. And what you can also do actually is kind of do a A/B test on a PickFu, which is a survey website, which I will link at the end of this video to see how you can identify to use that to pick the best product packaging for yourself. Instruction manuals, insert designs, and barcodes. And this is actually important. Make sure you include a barcode printed on the product packaging, because for Amazon will need to scan FNSKUs, as you may know, as a Amazon seller. Anyways, so now you know what you need, and the next step is to actually create the job posting. But if you like this kind of content, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. All right, so the next step is to create the job posting. So what we need to do is go to Upwork, create an account if you don't have one, but once you have one account, this is what your dashboard kind of looks like. To create the job post at the top left, we want to do a post a job. We're going to do short-term project. Designing product packaging and logo does not take that long, and we just press continue. Every service now has AI, but I will do this without AI. So what we need to do is write a title for your job posting. So I'm going to simply write packaging and logo design. They ask you to do a job category, so packaging design. Next, we go to skills, and we can add up to 10 skills. This is what Upwork uses to kind of match you with really good candidates for this job. So put as many as you need. You don't need to have put in many, but it does say for best result, add 3 to 5 skills. So logo design, graphic design, covers and packaging, brand identity and guidelines, I guess, if you want. And then next we go to scope, small scope. Less than 1 month for sure. What level of experience will be needed? I always say expert because I never want an entry-level person. Is this job a contract to hire opportunity? That basically just means, will you potentially hire this person if they do a good job? Up to you, but no, not at this time. Next, we go to budget. Okay, hourly rate versus fixed price. This is totally up to you guys. I used to do fixed pricing because I never really did many things that required many revisions. But if your thing does require a lot of revisions, I recommend hourly rate. Product design and logo design does sometimes require a lot of revisions, so I do revisions. But here's the thing, guys. Here's a little tip if you're going to do hourly rate. In discussion before you hire them, ask them to give you an estimate of what the total cost for this project will be. And then the hourly rate should not exceed that. I do this because I don't want them to run away with a high cost. As we all know, some people might do that. Most people won't. Most people are pretty ethical and they won't do that. But I still like to ask how much this will cost, so the hourly rate doesn't get ahead of us. Okay, so then you can put in the hourly rate, or if you pick fixed price, you can identify what the budget is. So if you want to do $100 or $300 or whatever it is, feel free to do that. Next, we go to description. Here we type in the description for our job. Now, I'm not going to actually go through that. I'm just going to show you a description that I've already made. Okay, so we are at a product description that I've already written and posting, and I'm actually currently in the process of identifying a proper candidate for this role. So here's what I break down the job description categories into, or the components of it. So first, we're going to identify what we're looking for. Next, we're going to identify the product, followed by the customer demographic, then describe what the logo should look like, the ideal candidate. So this is describing the person that will do the job, and then identifying the deliverables. So let's break that down into this job posting that I have up here. We are seeking a talented designer to create a distinctive logo and elegant product packaging for our luxury brand. The ideal candidate will have experience in luxury field branding and packaging design, showcasing a refined aesthetic that resonates with our target market. Please provide a portfolio that demonstrates your ability to create luxurious and appealing brand identities. The product is a watch case that I will show you should you get selected for the job. Basically, I'm telling them, hey, I'll show you a picture of the product before you actually get hired. Anyways, this first part is what you are looking for. Next is the target customer. So for me, obviously changes to what makes sense for your product and your brand. But for me, it's typically men. It's ages 25 to 50, income $100,000 to $250,000 a year, lives in USA, typically major cities like NYC or Miami, very high entrepreneurial or a high career type like lawyer, sales, etc., and high achiever. The more detail you give them, the better vision that you give them for the branding design and what they're trying to appeal to. And next, I also added in the brand vision. So it captures a sense of accomplishment. Watches are purchased as rewards or gifts that are often associated with moments in time that the entrepreneur or career achiever achieves as a major milestone or payout. So that's something else I added. Very highly experienced brand designers and brand logo and packaging designers will understand what to do with that. We want to capture luxury and elegance. And here is the secret hack, guys. Please write luxury watch to confirm you've read this. Okay, so a lot of these guys, a lot of these kind of freelancers pretty much spam apply to every job that they can get their hands on. And I understand their point of view. You know, they want to make money. They want to apply to as many jobs as possible. However, this is to protect you guys. You know, we only want highly qualified people and not just spam up applications. So I do this to kind of separate the chaff from the wheat, and we're going to add this in. If they don't say luxury watch to confirm they've read this, that means that they're not really reading the product description. They're not reading the job posting. And right away, to me, that is a lack of attention to detail, which is a character trait I would like for my freelancer to have. And if they don't have that included, I just don't even consider them for the next step of being hired. I always do it in the middle of the posting as well, because if you do it at the start or the finish, they might actually catch it without actually reading the product description. Sometimes they skim it very, very quickly rather than reading it. So that's why I do it in the middle, because it's not easy to capture it. Then I describe the logo. I actually have an entire video on describing how you can kind of portray the image of the logo, and I will link the video to that at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Then the product, that I'm trying to make, and I describe a little bit about them, which is you must have a portfolio that has luxury product packaging and or logo, ideally in jewelry, but not mandatory. And then finally, the use case of deliverables, which I clearly state. I will be sharing design with a Chinese manufacturer to print the packaging to box my product. I will also need source files, PNG, JPEG, and transparent background versions. I also wanted to include the source files that I will require and the file formats, but unfortunately my manufacturer did not provide me with that information prior to me posting this up. But if you guys can get that kind of information before you make the job posting, make sure you include it in this section. So this is all towards the step to building an amazing Amazon brand to make a profit. On top of proper branding, you'll need to understand Amazon PPC, and we can help you out with that like this. If you want to learn more on how you can optimize Amazon PPC, you can get a free copy of our ebook, The Ultimate Guide to Amazon Ads, Advanced Tactics and Best Practices. This book has received a 4.8 out of 5-star rating on Amazon and has helped beginners and advanced sellers alike. Click the link in the description below to sign up to our emailing list and receive a free copy. Okay guys, and the final step is to review the applicants. Now, if you've never posted a job on Upwork, this is what it looks like. Based on what kind of product or service you're looking for, you might get bombarded. For example, when I look for engineers, I didn't get that many because that has a higher barrier of entry. But for graphic designers, it's a very kind of saturated niche, tons of service providers, and we have many applications. Imagine it can get a little bit overwhelming on reviewing all of them. It can take a little bit of time, which is what this video is all about, is to basically reduce that time. So you get bombarded because, you know, they all want jobs, they all want money. So that is why I included that secret hack. We need to be very harsh in our critique of applicants. Follow these rules. If they do not apply with the secret code as dictated by the hack, then they are eliminated. So let's see. These guys all did it. Upwork. Let's check out this guy. He gave me a very long application, all well and good. He has a very detailed thing. And look, he applied with the secret code. So I would consider him if his portfolio makes sense. You will have to review all the portfolios, guys. There's no kind of workaround around that. Anyways, if they don't apply with the secret code, eliminate them. Next, little tip for you guys is do not be fooled by the pictures. People can be a little scammy, a little bit tricky, and what they'll do is use pictures of people other than themselves. They'll use pictures of people that are very attractive because that has a psychological effect on us. Unfair advantage, of course, but it is what it is. That's reality. So don't be worried too much about the pictures as long as they do have a picture. Make sure you just review their cover letter, their portfolio, and the secret code that we've provided them. Go through all of them and quickly eliminate the ones that don't have the secret code, but for the ones that you like and the price makes sense to you, what you can do is then shortlist. You don't have to go through their portfolios right now, because if they don't have the secret code, I just don't even bother looking at their portfolios, but shortlist the ones that match your rate or your fixed price and include the secret code. And then once you have them all shortlisted that you like, I have kind of 8 shortlisted. You can do more than that. I'm going to shoot for 10 to 15 myself. You can then start a conversation and ask them further questions. Here are the questions that I ask them. First of all, ask them if they understand the demographic and feel. They tend to expand on that a little bit further. If they just say yes, be like, can you reiterate them to me? Because I want to make sure that you have a strong understanding of who I'm trying to appeal to. Second, ask them how long it will take. You know, giving you a timeline is really important. And that's it, guys. But before I go, I want to tell you guys a little bit about us. If you're looking to build a landing page or collect emails to build your brand audience, check out LandingCube. We're a landing page builder for all your off-Amazon marketing needs, such as Google, TikTok, and Facebook. Click the link in the description below for a free 21-day trial. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope it helps. It helps you find the right people to work with to create the best brand, and I kind of increase your chances of making the most money. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.